Well, I guess perhaps the subway is an impressive vehicle due to its great efficiency. To begin with, it is extremely fast, so it allows us more time in bed. For instance, you might have to spend half an hour going to work by bus, but by subway you can make it in just 10 minutes, which means you can stay in bed for an extra 20 minutes in the morning. And then the subway enables us to avoid traffic congestion because it runs through underground tunnels. We won't meet any traffic jams, let alone the gridlock above ground. So the subway can save us the trouble of waiting endlessly on the road. Well, I believe that the Express is the most welcome vehicle in my country. In the first place, it is amazingly fast. For instance, you may spend more than 10 hours going from Wuhan to Guangzhou by train, but on the Express, maybe it can take just 4 hours, which shortens our trip enormously. Second, it's really comfortable, far more comfortable than regular trains. Since the Express is facilitated with couch like armchairs that can be let down to sleep, and it also has great service like free drinks and snacks, something like chips and cookies. They're really delicious, while on a regular train, the only thing you find edible is the instant noodles, which is, for me, a disaster. Basically, I think musical education is really important. First, it can help us relax ourselves, especially when we are overwhelmed with our work and studies. Scientific researchers have suggested that certain musical patterns, like tones and tunes, can relax our nerves and calm them down. When I listen to soft music, I feel sleepy immediately. What's more, learning an instrument can glamorize us and improve our instant recognition. Imagine you're at a party or a school activity, stepping onto the stage and singing while playing your guitar. That would surely make you a big sensation. Well, I believe it is unnecessary for everyone to learn to play musical instruments. First, I'd say it is time and energy consuming because we all know that learning a musical instrument is not like learning some easily mastered stuff, such as paper folding. Practicing playing the piano or violin requires plenty of training, like months or even years of training. Also, I don't think it's affordable for every student. It is likely that some musical instruments, like a piano, would cost you an arm and a leg. You know, like a piano or cello would cost us at least 5,000 yuan, let alone we don't have to pay the expensive training fee.
The woman agrees with the proposal and believes that it will achieve the university's goals for two main reasons. First of all, she believes that there will be more programs than there used to be, and it'll offer students more professional experience since the programming will be directed to a larger and more real life audience, which will give students better chance for job hunting after graduation. The second reason from the woman is that the whole university will benefit from the proposal too. She quotes her friend's university, which did the same thing like 5 years ago, and points out that it turned out to be a success since such a change actually made a lot of money. And her friend's university put the money into the field of scholarships and renovation of the facilities of other programs as well. So, based on the reasons stated above, the woman agrees that such a proposal will help the university meeting its goals. The perception of a stimulus just below the threshold of conscious awareness is called subliminal perception. There's an experiment to illustrate this. In the experiment, two groups of people are told to watch TV. Meanwhile, the researchers flash two different photos of the same boy through the scene, one with the boy angry, smashing a cake on the ground, while the other one with the boy happy, offering the cake. Anyway, this happens very quickly so that no one in the groups is aware of the photo. Then the researchers show both groups a third picture of the boy in which the boy is holding the cake without any expression. And the researchers find that the first group describes the boy negatively while the second group describes him positively. This suggests that even without awareness of the perception, subliminal perception still has impact on people's attitude. Well, the woman's problem is that she hopes to attend an awards ceremony, but she has got her philosophy exam exactly before the ceremony. Accordingly, there are two solutions for the woman's problem. First, she could try to finish her exam just before the ceremony and hurry to the ceremony just in time. The second solution is that she could talk to the professor and take the test some other time. In such a dilemma, I guess she should talk to the professor to get the exam rescheduled, and there are two reasons. Firstly, she could try harder studying for her exam exactly from now on, so even if the exam might be rescheduled ahead of time, I think she could handle that because of her early preparation. By studying harder, she could get full preparation for both the exam and her attendance of the ceremony that day. Secondly, hurrying to the ceremony would be suffering for both her exam and attendance of ceremony. She could probably ruin both, so I guess talking to the professor to get the exam time changed is a wiser choice. Sometimes the demand for a product can be influenced by the price of a related product, and there's two types of those interrelated products. The first is called substitute goods, which means the two products can replace each other. So when the price of one goes up, the demand for the other goes up too. Take butter and margarine. If the price of butter increases, and is therefore increasingly unaffordable for people, people will begin to buy more margarine, which means the demand for margarine goes up. Another is complement products. That is, either one of those two products cannot be used without the other. For example, you cannot use a compact disc without a CD player. The demand for both will decrease if either of them becomes more expensive. For instance, if the price of a CD increases, the demand for a CD player will go down.